2017 Perry Idol is Jordan Keller!
Class of 2018. Our chapter of high school is coming to an end. Although we may not know what comes next, it is safe to conclude that each one of us has different dreams, agendas, roads, and passions that lie before us. Although we are so vastly different, there is one thing that we all share in common. The one thing that each one of us shares in common is ambition. Ambition is defined as a desire and determination to achieve success. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking back. My name is Jasper, and this is my story. June 4th, 2000, at St. Joseph's Hospital in Mesa, Arizona, was the day that would forever change the life of my family. Before this date and time, it was just my father and mother. But on this day, I would be born and be the first piece of this so-called family. These moments opened me to the beautiful opportunities that are available in this world. Fast forward 2.5 years later, I would have my younger brother born. Joseph would be the second and final addition of this small family in Arizona. At a young age, we would pick up English as a primary language for communication outside of the household, while our parents would institute a foreign language known as Cantonese inside the household. Cantonese was the language they spoke back home overseas. I was briefly exposed to the unique culture and languages that wasn't categorized as English. Our family lived in Awatuki during the first 5 years or so of my life. These years would be the so-called foundation of my life, and I would occasionally get visited by my grandparents, who lived overseas halfway across the world. Although I do not clearly remember all of the experiences I shared with them when I was younger, I was told that they played an important role in my development and would often spend hours by my bedside till I fell asleep. I learned the extent loved ones would go through just because they love you. We would later move to a developing suburb known as Chandler, Arizona, which my parents found fitting to raise me and my brother at the time. From there, I would remain there until this current day. Over the last couple of years, Chandler, Arizona has grown exponentially and has catered a variety of excellent schools known as the CUSD School District. This was my first experience of living in a quiet city, and the small community has grown on me. My parents made me pick up the music of piano at a young age, and from there I would be honing my skills to this day. Every year I would play for a judge who would determine if I was eligible to advance to the next level or stage in piano. Learning piano taught me how universal and powerful the gift of music truly is. I was soon enrolled in CTA Liberty for elementary school, and it was my big opening to meet new people and learn new ideas and lessons. Every recess, I would remember the competitive matches of basketball, and that would drive my passion for basketball. I would soon play recreational ball at the YMCA, and some of my best memories come from the basketball court. I would soon transfer to the infamous CATS program for the smart, quote-unquote, nerdy people in 6th grade. From there, the struggle would become real and the workload multiplied. The rigorous program helped me develop a work ethic, and it is still instilled in me to this day. Every once in a while, I would be taken with my family to fly overseas to the country of Malaysia, which was the country where both my parents met. The culture and lifestyle there was completely different, and I understood everything that we would take for granted. Running water and a roof over my head are only a few things that many of us take for granted. My eyes were open to the undeveloped culture, and I would be fascinated by what I saw. Living in a country that isn't as developed as the United States made me realize how isolated we really are. Our perspective and ideas of what we assume to be life in other parts of the world is completely skewed. It taught me to reevaluate my problems and how insignificant they really are to the likes of those looking for shelter and food overseas in less developed nations. Now we fast forward to the years known as middle school. Sigh. Middle school and 7th grade can be often considered the worst years of school. This time period was the first time being exposed to more unchildlike ideas, and popularity was the most important criteria to possess. This was the time where people were trying to fit in and just find acceptance. Being in the CATS program often drew negative vibes to the peers that would find any opportunity to criticize you. I would have a close friend group in junior high that would lift me up when I was down. Junior high ultimately taught me that a good group of friends is all you need, and it is better than having everyone's acceptance.
To know them? Okay, 7th and 8th graders are between the ages 11 and 13, aka the worst time to be alive as a human. You're going through puberty, you're super self-conscious, no one wants to be your friend. 7th grade is just one big popularity contest, and everyone's losing. No one looks back at themselves when they're in 7th grade and thinks, yeah, I was alright.
High school. This is where everything I was working on has led up to. Freshman year was the year that exposed me to different people with different ambitions and personalities. It was the first time where I found out who I really was and the group of people that I would associate myself with for the next 4 years of my life. I would also stop pursuing basketball after my freshman year, and I found myself with a lot of free time. This is when I decided to pick up some card tricks. Simple, innocent card tricks to keep my mind off things. When one door closes, another one opens, and this was my introduction to magic. I also wanted to stay in shape, so I picked up tennis. Going off on a tangent though, I believe tennis is severely underappreciated in the United States, but it is highly praised internationally, similar to soccer in a way. Tennis, just like any other sport, is mentally and physically tough, and I believe it should be more appreciated in my opinion. Overall, high school has its ups and downs, and I know I speak for many, but overall I believe it was a rewarding experience. The melting pot of high school allows you to meet new people with all types of interests and realize your true identity. Senior year. Comfort is the enemy of success. While senior year is incredibly rewarding, it is also bittersweet. Without question, it is going to be a challenge leaving your comfort zone behind and begin creating your own success. It isn't just about the ending, it's also about the journey. High school is the ultimate growing experience before one goes off to college. These years are the goodbye stages of childhood. This is where you discover your identity and find the people that you mesh well with. Even though this sounds cliche, you do come out as a different person than who you were coming in. When one door closes, a new opportunity awaits. A new beginning is approaching, but the end is also near. You control how this chapter ends.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Our first place winner is, can we get a drum roll, please? Everybody drum. I'm not revealing until we get a whole bunch of drum rolls here. Thank you. Now, our first place winner of the night is Jasper. Yeah!